It's a lot of gatekeepers in that industry that will not let you come through that door. And
there's a lot of homosexuality.
Yes.
There's a lot of homosexuality.
And lesbians.
Of course, you know what I mean? Of course.
Scoping out my exit from this matrix where market and promotion is on hatred and fake shit. Create my own wave, I don't chase shit. Most of what is the latest is tasteless, overrated. The young beef is beyond meat, plant-based, they can't wait to be on. So they risk catching a case with a plant in camps. In the A-list, they want you in a place stripped on some gay shit. Whether prison or on some playlist, the agenda is the same. Your brain on a slave ship, shine your name on their dotted, got it. Now you famous, couple of dollars in your pocket and a chain to keep you anchored. You angered. Deep down, soldier soul can't reclaim it. You didn't try to say shit, but really can't explain it. You had the means to do it, yet didn't change shit. Instead, you continue to entertain us with the same lameness as the rest of the entertainers whose job is to tame us. Simulation is designed to block, shame us. The enemy is even more faceless. Realize the ones that look like us are even more racist. The white man's not the white man. Some might say explain this. First enslaver was a melanated chomo and rapist and his descendants for sure are your favorites in all facets of society. Yet what's the status to the sacred? Scoping out my exit from this matrix where market and promotion is on hatred and fake shit. Create my own wave, I don't chase it. Most of what is the latest is tasteless, overrated. The young beef is beyond me, plant-based and can't wait to be on. So they risk catching a case with a plant in camp and the A-list. They want you in a place stripped on some gay shit. You program on a slow spin. Once the dance done, lights glow down. Turn your back on your woke friend. Learn the fact couldn't control him. You yearn to rap with bro them, so you burn a track with some him. Once you earn cash on the low end, the return taxes that you owe them. For that advance you don't know slim. To advance you chose to backdoor him. Slept with a trans they exposed film. Scanner you on land so grim. Your tangibles liquidated. Assets frozen, you knee deep in debt. You should step 10 toes in. Tsunami like when I rock, I overflow. Show, swim or drown. Let me expound more. For show jump, the leader of a free world. I follow no trend. 0% of me's competing with you. That's on phone now. Scoping out my exit from this matrix where market and promotion is on hatred and fake shit. Create my own wave, I don't chase it. Most of what is the latest is tasteless, overrated. The young beef is beyond me. Black base and can't wait to be on. So they risk catching a case with a plant in camp and the A-list. They want you in a place stripped on some gay shit.
You know, but it's like, it's almost like the powers that be want for you to relinquish your self-confidence, the power that we have and the power that we have in ourselves. They want you to submit that to them before they will allow you to be to have the riches and the success and the fame. I have to have something I can hang over your head just in case you get out of line.
And I'm glad you said that. I've read an insert and it was a blogger.
Okay.
And the blogger was speaking about how once you reach a certain plateau of financial status, you have to do something strange for the change. You cannot get over that hurdle until you do something strange for the change, because they do have to have something over top of you. If you get out of line,
the vital forces that make up creation. Fire represents directed will, energy radiating out from the center, and action.
If you're not living as a divine being, then you are not living at all. I assess you are merely existing at best, or worse, you are on the path to death. I suggest you reflect, restore, and resurrect your the I am, the way, the truth, and the light. Thus you become the master of your own destiny. This is what is meant to have a life. Cops usually watching, scavengers plotting, communities lying. Due to a cell phone for males grown, not used to a jail zone. To escape hell, it'll be you do a tell on impunity shopping, as if immunities are bargain or everlasting cash gift card when past live. Old school rules he's mocking. His laughs just speed up the clock, peace loving. Unity is forgotten. I recall vivid, draw y'all to know truth. Yo, you must live it. Life you can't trick it. End up stiff or rigid. As a boy, and some more from some kids biscuit. Instead of playing by principle, you play with it. Try to outsling it, but that chick's wicked. That's why I walk upright as the Kamo did. And like a snake on his belly, the time of who slid you there. If you're not living as a divine being, then you are not living at all. I assess you are religious and at best or worse you are on the path to death. I suggest you reflect, restore, and resurrect your that I am the way, the truth, and the light. Thus you become the master of your own destiny. This is what is meant to have a life. Now as role play, become the substitute for realness. For loud noise, they replace soundproof for stillness. My medicine, havishing deep into the illness of materialism. You must possess just to feel blessed. I guess it's sex, express sex, murder, and drugs. So of course you're judged as a European does with a smudge remark. You not as dark as fudge. Thus the weight of the world for shoulders. I'm doing shrugs cause it's bodybuilder. Also cardio healer, pumps life for people despite the evil party killer. CPR's needed, it's like the heart's iller. Cause you bought with a bounce don't make you heart or rilla. You bombard the clubs don't make you a car dealer. King Kong made a mockery of Godzilla. You are not sure at the globe who you are till I take off the disguise mark, that mask scar for rilla. If you're not living as a divine being, then you are not living at all. I assess you are religious neck, that's or worse you are on the path to death. I suggest you reflect, restore, and resurrect your that I am the way, the truth, and the light. Thus you become the master of your own destiny. This is what is meant to have a life. It's time for love, what's with the hate? Young lady, a video, girl's not your fate. Cultivate your talent, cause it's God-given. Status of society makes it hard living. You are the gas like a car driven to the tank. Don't eat, we start sitting behind a bar prison. Yo, pseudo power bore me, too sour for me. In my mind's eye, I visualize our story as it should be. A tower of glory or a glowing loft. I chose to adore, they say I'm going soft. Exemplify fly, they say I'm showing off. What they meant was I'm the chosen boss. Crackheads, cast stones, don't feast horn soft. I opt to not respond instead of going off. And straight iron like sundew, I stay shining like the sun do in the daytime right in front of you. Why they wanna like the young dude? It's fine, make the mistake. Think I'm too comfortable or too humble. Cross the fine line and I'ma hunt you. Divine law run you down and punish you with swift justice and be done with you a 1-2. And I don't stop, I'm gonna keep on rocking to the knock of my aunt. So if you forgot the code of a go-getter for the opportunity, yo, I won't stop. If you're not living as a divine being, then you are not living at all. I assess you are religious and at best or worse you are on the path to death. I suggest you reflect, restore, and resurrect your that I am the way, the truth, and the light. Thus you become the master of your own destiny. This is what is meant to have a life.
We have earth, physical, the force that holds the atoms together, the force that holds the atoms together, very profound. Earth represents practical applications, and earth also represents consolidation. Let's deal with the air principle. Air represents intellect. Air represents the energy that shapes the pattern of things to come. And air also represents communication. Glance to the 4 cardinal elements we talk about is water. Water represents soul. Water represents emotions. Water represents the power of the unconscious mind. Power of the unconscious mind. Water represents connecting to the source. And water also represents reception. Fire is represented by 3 of the zodiac houses, those being Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Earth represents Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Water represents Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And air represents Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius.
Damn, that hurt! In the spirit of the great matriarch, all praises is due to the Most High. Honor and respect to all our ancestors, the elders, the youth, bro star gods and sister goddesses, Americans. They say a soldier never knows his strength unless he has a foe. Well, I came to realize that my most greatest opponent is me. And in the spirit of making my enemy's enemy my friend, I decided to make me my greatest ally, because each situation calls for it. You dig? Shot my first itchy like an 82. Hot, yeah, Ilya kissed me like how a lady do. blaze a full fellatio. The ratio is conveyed, yo, through this crazy flow. Truth is, I've been gone for a long time to go through what I've gone through. You need a strong mind, like seeing tone spine poked up for the wrong shine. Or when bone wine, yoked about that phone line. Wake me from the stupor of this ugly life. Can't wait to make your lupus for my lovely wife. How could I let you get away like the spinners? Mention me today amongst the winners. Through stare, smile, watch me steer the crowd. Here and now, watch me clear the cloud. Keep my head above, rub water your waters. Give shit hostile options or cordial orders. We need situation ethics in this day and time, not in the sense of as if bad into good or good into bad, turning everything backwards, but simply because in every situation you're faced with, you need ethics, codes, principles, morals, methods in order to navigate through this madness. That shit or crash with tragic. Feng shui keeps you hoarding, more cluttering, pains you deeply to sweep core floor covering. Prostrating, marks fading, demigod hating. I postulate that you the synagogue of Satan. I exercise to exorcise the legion from you, even the legion demons from your region will shun you. Spin you and your grip, irritating with your touchy Philly approach and gear skating. I'm too close to the door, in here waiting. This my true story of hope, inspiration, motivated thoughts of lessons to teach my toddlers. Raise my offsprings and be a father. The resort of torch salad and peach cobbler. The course expected feedback from each blogger. So much debris within the mental of thieves to free my mind into the temple of Thebes. I became an Egyptian monk, delved into the underworld until I rose resplendently to bring forth light and heat. The pearl of wisdom I received was this: ascend to the highest height of the purity. Look down in the cross, far and wide. All situation before making my next move with finesse. As I caress the flesh of the best crew, smooth. I'm not a communist nor humanist. I'm more of a psalmist when the booming hits. Stone to the middle of Goliath's head. Jack and the beanstalk, the giant's dead. This is for little bruh, Ahmad Jamal. I spit the whoosher, I knew the call. To prayer like Bilal, the done. I chose to pray with Sharice cause she's on my arm. Got to stay on beat cause them clones roaming. Their culture is Greek and their homes are Roman. You can tell the beat on the phones is on when them people sneak listening to your hymns zoned in. The steady echo means the cause monitor. What they recording is that I honor her. The genealogy of morals is not Nietzsche, it's my partner. The orals breeze me, believe me, even when the sex is tantric. Under the sun, lying on the sand lip. The body language we speak is Sanskrit. Religious love above a secular antic. Her latest request, she needs a fast. The greatest effect is defeat the masses. Something different from Christian ministers. Be sure it's for her that I'm diplomatic. I can go blip the you that quick. So please do not make the mistake of appeasing me. All that Drake fake glove. You can't fake steak, call it Longhorn. Steakhouse a quagmire where the strongest one is up to the bow. Pieces by more than glory and I, we eating bold pieces. So, and what appears to be the conclusion of this piece, after my shelf, my complimentary rehab became clear to me. I have with Sharice. My intuition no longer be subversion, the obscurity of the impurity of conflict. Holy war. She is divine law and order. Like the phoenix, I rise again and again. I am the conquering lion. At the same time, my best friend, my high priestess in every situation. Sun goddess like earth, wind, and fire. Featuring Ramsey Lewis, I do this. She makes me the truest.
That was weird.
These motherfuckers thought we was gonna stay asleep forever. Not this year. This blood is boiling hot in my veins. my knees. Brothers up. Halito, my regal people. Those who read through the evil, deceitful, double speak use. That these illegals, foreign delete fools. That's been occupied, the land for far too long. It's been docu-shining, sleight of hand to get you gone. Murder by numbers, from paper genocide. Back to when many children, women and men die. Like the road to Chickabaw, or the Trail of Tears. Land turned to one big prison yard, we been in jail for years. Up Shit's Creek, without a paddle, pump the river of death. Kill all our leaders and chiefs, till there's not one deliverer left. I'm not Hiawatha, or even Tecumseh. Restore Big Mama, issue foreigners doomsday. This Geechee, man, is who Geechee got us to fuck you, to whom you pray. Cash Squadron has risen up from the weather ruins late.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Go ahead and get this in because we're going to go down here in the pit. I'm going to do a little shooting. And my charge is right at... Yeah, it was the way it was standing. That was weird. And we're right at full charge. Hey, what's up? Hey, Grasshopper. How are you? Well, damn. That was quick. High and by. All right. Hey, what's cracking, y'all? Y'all know I do everything as a method to my madness. Hey, Millennial, what's up, hon? I'm a JBL, yes. I actually have a small one. It's louder than that, but it's, yeah. So, I'm starting to see a lot of word peace float around. And, you know it's not within everybody. It's not instilled in everybody to go and search out these words because most individuals, I will say believe. Okay, it's lack of knowledge and lack of knowing. They believe in their belief that they know exactly what they're saying. And whenever I had people talking about peace, I'm like, oh, let's look at the origin of how they played the word. And y'all know it really came around during Vietnam in the 60s movement. It hadn't even been heard of. As far as the sign, I did a video on that. Numerous people did a video on it, even though not everybody's on the same line. It doesn't matter. When you have to seek peace, that means that you truly don't know what peace is. I mean, think about it. But this is what they always do. Remember I told you they always go Latin and they always go Hebrew. First of all, Yiddish is not Hebraic. In the narrative of the fake ideology and the witch-cult, we can assume, but you know what they say about an assume. That's without diligent research. But the word peace has multiple origins, including from the Latin word pax. Who remembers that movie, Pax? Anyway, and the Hebrew word shalom, and the Anglo-French word pace, as in pace. The Latin word pax. The Latin word pax is a feminine noun that means peace, compact, agreement, treaty of peace, tranquility, absence of hostility, and harmony. Absence of hostility, then apostrophe harmony. It also comes from the Indo-European Indo origin, European root pack or pag, which means fasten or fix. Pax was also the name of the Roman god of peace and prosperity. Now, in the fictional language of Hebrew, shalom, whatever. Right? The Hebrew word, shalom, is used as both an adjective and a substantive. Doesn't that make sense? It primarily means soundness or health, but can also signify prosperity or well-being. In Jewish theology, that should express a lot, people. Shalom comes from a Hebrew verb meaning to be complete and whole. So the one would say, oh, that means to be at peace with oneself. Oh, you know, everybody says that they're at peace with themselves, and the next minute they're off the fajita. Like what I did this morning, it was all a lot of truth, a lot of truth, a lot of drama, and because I said that maybe I may do it once or twice, to stir the pot a little bit. I'm all about a debate and challenges for those who really want to get down like that, so I can call BS on all of it, and then show you why. Dates, time, abstracts, convenience. Oh yeah, that's what I do. So I know they're looking and they ain't gonna say a damn thing. Anglo-French. That's funny. German, France. Where were the Tawny people at? I already talked about their revolution, what was really happening. That's why we're gonna finish reading that other article that I have, that PDF, so you can see further the betrayal. Because they were getting rid of the melanated people in France. The Anglo-French word pest, it came into use in the mid-12th century, which would be what? The second, right? And means peace, reconciliation, silence, agreement. It was understood to mean freedom from civil disorder or eternal peace of a nation. That's funny that most of our treaties were made with the French, avant-garde of the Moors, and not with this fake-ass government. That's why they don't respect them. That's why they had to put their little paws, they had to do what they did. And then you got Native Americans still running around, and they're having a hard time accepting reality. I don't care about what black individual, whatever, says, oh yeah, they're of this land. No, you are not. You came by way of us, this land. Manipulation and a whole lot of other things. But you didn't just pop up out of the earth. None of us did. The word peace was first used in English during the Middle English period, 11, listen to this. Now, they said 7th, 12th century, right? Anyway, English period, 1150 and 1500. That's 450 years, right? It's supposed to have been used. I didn't see it nowhere in any of the books that I've been reading. Anyway, it is occasionally used as a farewell in English. Peace, homie. It doesn't mean farewell. It means keep it together. Be easy out there. The way we use it is many different ways. I told y'all to look into the fact that our English language, ours per se, have many dialects, and we're the only ones, mind you. It is occasionally used as a farewell in English, especially for the dead, as in the phrases rest in peace or peace out. It means like, I'm done here. You have a great time. Be mindful. I've seen guys get knocked out and a brother said, I told you not, peace, son. That means don't do it again. Doesn't mean restitution or rest, or it didn't mean none of that. So again, what's the wordplay? People actually think that sign means peace. That's why I always say, pay attention with Hollywood does something. They tell themselves all the time. So please, don't come to me talking about peace out, cuz. And be like, you better be on your nit gritty. You better not get swamped. Don't reach too high. Keep your head low. Mind your manners. Look where you're going. Peace, cuz. In the dark woods. I'm out, man. Peace. Like, see you later. Oh, yo, man, have peace about you, bro. I mean, relax to calm down. You know what I mean? Yo, fam, he went ham. Peace on that means like 2 times. Give it to him again. When people talk about culture and language, I look at them like this, and they don't even know what language they speak. ¿Cómo se llama? Me llamo Diego. Me llamo Jaime. Yeah, like, make it make sense. Bon chez toi. Start making up some stuff, man. That's what it's about. Like, the more you look, it's about control, my brothers and sisters, okay? Okay? It's easy to make people get into feelings. Because who wants to listen to what may plausibly be a truth? And what's wrong with the truth? Who's the benefit from the truth? Are you saying that we're better off benefiting from the lie of existence? I would like for somebody to break that down for me. So that way I can acquiesce and go, okay, I got it, bro. I'm not even going back to the other side. I'm going to stay right here. You know what I mean? Hey, baby. Honey Muhammad, what's happening? Shalom. His greetings. I just say, hey, what's going on? How's it going, everybody? Or I'll say, sure day, which is beautiful. And family, which could be Dagonatin or Sidanelli, or it could be enough. You can say familiar, you can say family. You know, let's just make sure that the other individuals know. The language is only a barrier because of our ignorance, not the stipulation of how they created it. The stipulation of how they created it, obviously, is stolen. But how they mitigated it to everybody, how they utilized it, how they taught you. Again, black and red, an island, give me 100, 1,000 children. I come back in 4 generations. I'm giving you tea as to how things may have happened. I've said it in numerous different ways, and I figured this way somebody might get it. We're always talking about missing children. Right now, it's the highest it's ever been, and you know what they want to do. Some of you have seen the videos deep underground, whether a mile, 2, or 3, where they're building these grand cities, and there's some that already exist. And yet y'all up here waiting to become charred bacon. No, that's what you're all out of pork fat. I used to laugh when I was working out in the gyms in New York. Muslim brothers, you can tell they're on TRT or something, right? But there, you know, and they pop in the vitamins, the branched chain amino acids, and the creatine. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, so you know me, by this time we got a phone, but we don't, the internet's like how you see. So I say, well, hey man, y'all gonna be here for, you know, they usually be 3 and 4 hours. So I run over to the bookstore. And the first thing I look for is, what are the pill capsules made out of? Is it cellulose? It's from a sterile plant base, or is it from like legume, you know, ligaments and all that kind of stuff, you know, pork? All the vitamins they were taking, the cells around it were made out of pork. We don't like to research nothing. So you know me, I go back and show them, hey, look, man, this is a $12 book, check it out. What? And then they go through the drama, you know how New York, say, what, son? Yo, son, yo, you know, and throwing everything in the garbage. Yo, son, being loud and disruptive. I did it. We don't like to research nothing. We just wait for everybody to put it out instead of finding a way to make it ourselves. It's what we used to do. That is the dumbing down. That is killing the Indian. I hate that term too. Let them have it. It doesn't mean anything. It's a made-up word anyway. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're going to start off. I'm not going to do lynching because I got people riled up this morning, which they should be. They should be riled up. History's a lie. How dare somebody make me live a lie? That's not life. And that is definitely not living, right? Not living at all. We're going to start off with the Negro Project, read a little bit more on Exposing the Exposition by Howard Mikowski, and hit the dome and outer space projection, because we're going to go down there and we got to do some playing. We're going to record it and we'll share it with you, okay? So let's get right into it. And then I've got taters in there, and I'm about to make me and because you know, eat fish, some salmon, and some taters and stuff. And, well, I'll take spirulina or a pill or something like that, you know, just to have the chlorophyll and stuff. But we'll be going out to the job site tomorrow. We're not working Friday and Saturday. We'll start Monday, but we're gonna see everything where it's at and everything, so we can see what's got to be done, and we can get all, he can inform us what's got to be done, and obviously he's going to be there because we're still grasping some of the devices or the tools, But I just wanted to let y'all know that. So tomorrow might be a late reading. All right, but let's go ahead and get into it. Negro Project, Bruce Flaring, Margaret Sanger's diabolical, duplicitous, dangerous, disastrous, and deadly plan for so-called Black America, to which there's no such an individual, nation, tribe, or anyone is called Black. Okay? Actual book. So they don't get bothered about donors. And please, if I shouldn't even have to ask this. You can turn it down. But if an ad comes up, let it play in its totality, please. And I'd appreciate that. Okay, so let's pick up where we left off, 31. Let us now turn to another American eugenicist, whom the Germans credited with serving as their inspiration, Dr. Paul H. Popenoe. Popenoe William Tucker tells us, was the author of the most widely used American eugenics text and editor of the Journal of Heredity. Popenoe had served in the United States Army in World War I and specialized in the study of sexually transmitted diseases before turning to the field of eugenics, which never existed. WHO, Tuskegee, WHO sponsored that, and y'all know what tribe those Tuskegee men wore, They lied and hid that. And if you look at the WHO in the head, you'll see it's one of them fake Star David monkeys. But anyway, before turning to the field of eugenics, and had advocated the practice of eugenic sterilization, which he wrote in an article that appeared in the April 1933 issue of Margaret Sanger's Birth Control Review, is one of the many indispensable measures in any modern program of social welfare. Sisters, 1960 sound familiar? He called it an integral part of a general system of protection, parole, and supervision for those who, by reason of mental disease or deficiency, are unable to meet the responsibilities of citizenship. So now they want to control, put you in a box, have a light bulb, you come out, you're slunched over looking like everybody else with a cracked light. You know what I mean? Conveyor line. Okay. Sterilization, Popenoe continued, promotes eugenics by cutting off some of the lines of descent that are spreading mental disease and mental defects throughout the population. Are y'all aware that some of that mental disease and mental defects was talking about the old world, real history? That they were taking people who still had the knowledge to put them in these fake psych wards that weren't psych wards, but in major buildings of our own science and stuff. Y'all aware about that? All these fake cathedrals. We could take 1 million people and get those fake religious zealots bastards out of there, and we can go take our buildings back. And nobody could do about it. But see, y'all, because they have a lot of lackeys running around with costumes and guns, y'all don't get what it takes because you're not willing to sacrifice your life for the truth. Anyway, I'm just putting that out there. He went on to observe that at that time there were approximately 5 million people in the United States. A lie. Because if you look at 1933, who remembers 1870? 1889. Let's do one better. 1903 to 1909. 6 million people came here alone for the fucking World's Fair. Do you see what I'm talking about? About having knowledge and knowing things? So the United States is not America. It shows you what they, the respect they have. So there were approximately 5 million people in the United States who would at some time be committed to state hospitals as being insane, and another 5 million. I know you're sitting there going, but Red, you didn't read the rest. I've read this whole thing. I just threw that in there because I found it very funny and comical. And I sit there, I like to get the juices flowing and have you look at it and go, wait a minute. Yet it's obvious there were much more, because if you look at the charts, I forget what the number says. There was over, I think they were alluding to like 30, it was 120 million. I have to go back and look at it on my tablet. But anyway, I just thought y'all might like that. Would sometime be committed at state hospitals as being insane, and another 5 million or more who are so deficient intellectually with less than 70% of average intelligence. That means, ooh, they have no religion. They're not a citizen. They want the land. History has to be rewrote. They must go. This is the words that they use. You know, the cunning, the hypocrisy of lies. As to be, in many cases, liabilities rather than assets to the race. He warned his readers the situation will grow worse instead of better. If steps are not taken to control the reproduction of the mentally handicapped, and that, because you remember, they considered us savages, unlearnable, yet that's the Reconstruction period, and we're still rebuilding everything. Eugenic sterilization represents one such step that is practical, humanitarian, and certain in its results. And also be mindful, a lot of it was being practiced without the patience, all right, to have or have not knew it. So it was not based upon the will of them sitting there going, yes, the procedure, yes. No, it was being practiced, just like in the 80s in Ohio, where those doctors were stealing women's uteruses. Now, to Popenow, the German eugenic program was a virtual godsend. The Nazis had done their homework and were showing the world how to do things the right way. He saw how Hitler had read the definitive German work on heredity by researchers Bauer, Fischer, and Lenz, and concluded that the Nazis were basing the results of their findings solidly on the application of biological principles to human society. It is little wonder, then, that Popenow was so bullish on Germany's eugenics program. All right? It was little wonder, then, that Popenow was so bullish on Germany's eugenics program. Now, after all, he had been both directly and intimately involved in the passage of California's notorious coercive sterilization law in 1909. A law under which the reader will recall more than 20,000 people had their lives permanently and unalterably damaged. Like a proud father whose child had not only learned from him, but had gone him one better. It says gone. Now Popenow, in his own words, had given his enthusiastic blessing to the reunification, okay, of millions of German lives by praising the efforts of the Nazi regime. He had linked himself forever to one of the most despicable, cruel, and inhuman governments in all of human history. We know that's a lie. You know it's this one right here. Now, just how lethal Popenow's eugenic views were can be found in his endorsement of executing the unfit. Executing it. In his textbook, a lot of sick things were done. In his textbooks, Applied Eugenics, he stated, from an historical point of view, the first method which presents itself is execution. Yes, y'all. Its value in keeping up the standard of the race should not be underestimated. Elsewhere in Applied Eugenics, Popenow advanced other methods of what he called lethal selection, even devoting an entire chapter to the idea. In it, Popenow wrote that lethal selection involved the destruction of the individual by some adverse feature of the environment, such as by cold or bacteria or by bodily deficiency. Wow. And it also alludes to the fact that why would you need 4,000 people to lynch one man who didn't do nothing? Or all these people who got off the boat who weren't even born here after World War I, because the government looked at them and wanted to take a big shot on them. And the melanated ones, and they don't tell you the truth of why they had to give them all those guns to go into North Carolina, Georgia, and these places. And yet our people fought back and stayed the land. Except for 6-foot walls buried a foot in the ground to separate the original people of the land to newcomers. You know, the Land Act, the land, I call them land grab acts. Yeah, real history. They had to get rid of the original inhabitants, which is what y'all do, what they've done, not y'all specifically, done to on every land. And then it's still their little puppets. Exposing Expositions, 1851-1915, by Howdy Miskowski. All right, don't, man, hey, I ain't got my ears on, brother.
Oh, it's empty. It's empty.
I mean, you can shoot it. It won't bother me anyway. Those should be the good rounds. I think I got some Federals, I think.
I seen the Federal. I don't know.
No, those are good.
I seen it and I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah, those are good, actually. That's one. I think you got 2 of those boxes.
This one might be.
Yeah, right in the front over here, right in there.
Came off
Yeah.
the one in the living room.
Yeah, but look right here by the door. I thought I saw a box of them right there. 12 gauge, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So when we last left off, we were talking about Gladiator, blah, blah, 25 AD. Which is some made up history as well. So is the narrative of Gladiators. It's all a bunch of crap. I guess when they show y'all based on Hollywood, it's hard to conceptualize that people were stronger, tougher, didn't need to move their mouths to communicate, and they were more in tune with the natural order thing, so they didn't need a whole lot of clothes for battle. That way they can absorb all the energy, displace negative energy, regenerate, heal, and continue to fight. So those things are probably more beneficial than you can imagine based on the time. Is it there? Is it?
I think that's the box you're by the door.
Okay, I know I got a couple more of them. So okay, that's one of them. I might have the other one in the bag in here, in the truck with all the ammo and stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and pick it up. While the fast step of technological control can now be seen, Aldous Huxley saw that it was actually a different form of control that was what was going to make his Brave New World a reality. Writing in 1957 in his book Brave New World Revisited. Okay, so life in large cities is not conducive to mental health, nor does it foster the kind of responsible freedom within self-governing groups, which is the first condition of a genuine democracy. We know what democracy really means, so we know that when they write books, it's on the narrative of their understanding, which is, all right? People are related to one another, not as total personalities, but as the embodiment of economic functions, or when they are not at work, as irresponsible seekers of entertainment. I guess that's how they utilize that against everybody, right? Subjected to this kind of life, individuals tend to feel lonely and insignificant. That's about Aldous Huxley. Is this not the perfect set up for the control of Brave New World? To be loosened on city populations feeling lonely, insignificant, and disconnected from people. A place where one has had hammered out of them their critical thinking, which is in itself a part of the individuality and can be recognized as a real reason the world is where it is in 2021. Huxley goes on in that chapter to discuss how what we think of as civilization is really just the attempt to take humans from their natural state, a set of individuals who work well in small packs, right? That's in parentheses, the original state, and place them into one giant group or anthill that is not really how we are built to function. And his Brave New World was Huxley's view of what would be, what would be the eventual outcome of this push humans into, the eventual outcome of this push humans into a giant organization. Now, we tend to focus only on how technology binds us, and that was the first bind. The creation of a non-human society structure was the next. Creation of a non-human society was the next. What, 2013-15, Sophia went online? Listen to this. On page 27, he discusses the shift from technological engineers to engineers to the final step, world controllers, through a scientific caste system. A scientific caste system. Chips, implants, neural implants, blah, 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 right? If you want to give that energy. Are you seeing now why our movement from 2019 is much more akin to Brave New World than to the novel 1984 by George Orwell, which was a distraction? Hold on. Are you seeing now why our movement from 2019 is much more akin to Brave New World than to the novel 1984? George Orwell was the distraction. What people thought was coming, not to see that the control would be coming in very different, seemingly more benign format or of comfort. See, this young individual wasn't aware that George Orwell was giving you a glimpse of the past, not showing you what's to come. Society, group, mind control and manipulation, and the destruction of individuality, from freedom to be and think, to owning one's own business or even a home. Brave New World. I don't believe Huxley would be surprised by anything that has been happening in the last 2 years. And we'll be getting into the era of these fairs, which was a step in what direction next. I had to put the hoodie on. It got cool over here. The fire, it's the coals are hot and the wood's sitting there. Probably needs something to get it going. But anyway, I'm like ready to get down there and get the plank. Bring the camera and record some stuff. Damn, something bit me. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the dome. Who's all up in here? Hey, Bernard Lloyd, what's up? What's up? My apologies, guys. And I got the son right here, baby girl to slaughter. What's good, beloveds? Oh, it was messing with my sound. Is it all right now? Does it sound all right? Is it sound all right coming through? Oh, you got to turn it down? Yeah, he's right here, kid. Let's see, you can hear me right here. Okay. Well, now let's go ahead and get into the dome and outer space projection. Year 1728, the last research, which actually would be 728. Remember from 600, all of a sudden we jumped up to 1200, 1,000 years out of nowhere, 1600, something like that. And then they popped into 14 to 15 made up hundreds. Anyway, year 1728, the last reset, Claudian Nassilianos found him. And he puts that there so that way that's y'all's deepest understanding. You know what I mean? And we're on the 4th generation. Apologies. Here's the other one that I want to read to you guys. Sorry for that map, the dome and the witch calls. So that's a good one. I'm supposed to have one more coming. 4th generation. This generation began with great genetic changes that again sought docility, to be docile, also reducing longevity and thus projecting that this new generation could reach long periods. All right, and thus projecting that this new generation could reach long periods. Humans began to be used in the study of, and that's what all the heavy metals are being in your ass, all right, and diseases. So your body works overtime and shuts down. Human beings began to be used in the study of the celestial lands and about the human soul or the source and its great connection. This generation demonstrated remarkable resilience and advancement, which eventually brought it to its drastic end. Now, technological development flourished under custodial watch, but advanced technologies were developed in areas such as energy, medicine, and architecture. Groups of humans of this generation began to question the status quo. And some explorers were encouraged to reach places forbidden by the custodians. Rediscovering ancient knowledge and beginning to understand more about true human nature, okay, and spiritual growth, as well as their greater connection to the celestial lands or terra incognita. There was a contact with the archons. Now you know that why they had to change the fact that in the original books it said Negro de Terra for this land. And they had to eradicate that. It's still Library of Congress unless they changed it on the 2nd floor and a few other, unless they moved it around. And around the world, in books that I have, the Negro de Terra, not Negro de Guinea. Anyway, there was a there was a contact with the Archons, who came from lands behind the domes. This contact with giant extraterrestrial beings led to understand that they were aware of the oppression exercised by the custodians and decided to help them. This alliance generated a technological advance based on attack and defense weapons. They began to prepare a possible confrontation against the colonizers with advanced resistance techniques, martial arts and stuff. The custodians, upon seeing this advance, once again carried out a reset to avoid losing control. This time they really feared losing everything, as would happen again in the 6th generation. The custodians provoked large-scale conflicts using both loyal human forces and advanced technologies to generate chaos and massive destruction. Fires and devastation spread throughout civilization. Now, are you aware of the frauds that call themselves your politicians? And the idiots who fight in these dumb wars? The giant Archons intervened, and in the midst of the war, a small group of humans were rescued by them, using first a large defense field that prevented custodial projectiles from hitting them, and then through a portal created by energy from a sacred tree known as the Tree of Light. They got y'all saying light. Help transport this group to the safe lands of Asgard, where it had all begun. The area of Asgard then, according to the story, is today taken over by former humans who managed to save themselves from the cyclical resets while maintaining the hope of a future total liberation. This reset that took place again caused the destruction of all progress and knowledge about the being and a controlled repopulation of all known lands. Next time we'll be reading the 5th generation, okay, tomorrow when we get back. I hope you appreciate that read. I hope that you can hear me. There's not really no wind right now. It really hasn't been, but I appreciate you guys. Y'all know if you want to donate, it could be for the building. We've already talked about the stuff we're going to purchase and what we got to get. A lot of things we have to get, really. But so we can start actually. Now you can see us loading videos of arguing and everything. Getting the wrap for the first greenhouse and getting that in the ground leveled. And actually, tomorrow we can actually look at the stones over at which, for the stones that we're gonna have to get and purchase. Look at the prices over in Benson. Well, when we go into where we're going to, we're gonna have to probably go through there. So we can go to the quarry and see how much, as far as what 100 pounds is, what's 300 pounds. Because we're just gonna be graveling.
Oh, the gravel. I was thinking stone.
Yeah, gravel. Yeah. So you know what I mean. And that way we can further know, because lumber is $1 more than what it should be, but like I said, $260 or $279 for a 2x10 or 2x12, 16. We get a plethora. I mean, we got a bunch, but that is nowhere near enough. Right. Nowhere. Because when we get the cutting and this, that, and we can save the scraps, whatever.
We're gonna wait till we accumulate everything before we.
But no, the pallets. Once we get the pallets, we're gonna get like about like $400-500 worth of pallets. Planks and stuff. Right. And we need 2 more 6x10s. I'll get that, because those are for like $40-something for the 6x6s. Right. I'll get those too. But like I said, I'll put the $270-300 for the the 2x10s, 2x16s, 2x10s, 2x12s, 2x16s, and 2x18s. So that way we can actually build the platform and maybe start on some walls and bracing. You know what I mean? And by then we'll have some more too with the painting and work over there as well. So we'll be building on the weekend, because we need to go up, this weekend, and we need to really get the wires rolled up, get the white wires removed. That way we have them, we can retrace, go remove all the solar, or figure out what points we can actually get those things working again to keep electrified fences, but get all this done so we can, get our spray paint, get our flags, so we can start. Yeah, but we gotta get 2 hole diggers, and that one down there, we could actually just get 2x4s, and we don't have that kind of to put them in, but we can go and grab it, and we can break it down and see what it'll take, and we could probably fix that one up. But to have new ones would be better. But anyway, you know what I mean? Sounds good. Okay, appreciate it, hon. Appreciate that. Yeah, my baby girls are being snoo. I was like, where you been? But like I said, we'll be recording that. So we're gonna go down here and shoot. Well, how the taters looking?
I turned the oven off. I stuck a knife in it, but it wasn't giving me too much resistance, so I was like, I'll let it sit in the heat, whatever it is. Because I remember you said you wanted to come in and put the fish in.
Yeah. So let's go shoot. Then we'll come because let's go shoot, record a little bit.
It's still in the hot oven though.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's cool. Can we turn it back up? We'll take it by 375. Let it cook for a few minutes, and then pop the fish in, and then we'll be good. You know what I mean? All right, so we're gonna go down and shoot. We're gonna record it. I'll upload it a little bit, okay? And I appreciate you guys. I really do. And if y'all want to donate, go right ahead. I really appreciate it. Like I said. All right. And like I said, weather for books. We'll check the post office probably tomorrow too. But if you want to donate to help us with supply and stuff, go ahead. I haven't used nothing yet. I think the only thing I did was buy with Baby Go Slaughter and I gotta look on there. The $40 and $50 I went and bought screws and the ceramics and all, you know. So that way you'll know. All right. That was way when we got that last stuff and I don't think we have any more tools coming in the mail. Everything else we're gonna buy by hand. We have plenty of damn tools, trust me. Plenty. I think I bought like $1,500 worth the first time and bought a little more here. We got chalk lines, we got this, that, 100-foot ruler. Like all this time is just building, like not building supply. And then next month, hopefully, when we get done painting what we got to do and we're moving along, we can start getting the pallets of cinder blocks and bricks. I really want to make some. So we got some mortar, but that's going to be for those 6x6s to go on the ground. We can buy more. The mortar was pretty cheap. It was like $4 a bag. That was the complete mix too.
Talking about the stuff we bought, right?
Yeah. It was like
Yeah, it was like
$4.50.
4 or 5 something a bag.
So we can get a pallet.
60 pounds, something like
Yeah,
that.
we can get a pallet, half a pallet. That's what it'd be, and that'd be more than enough for us. And we can stack those in the shed off to the right. I can move the bags. You know what I mean? And then we can go in, just grab what we need, pop it in the wheelbarrow, bump, get our mix on, because that's ready. Like add water, boom.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Quickcrete,
right? Oh, we could. I want to get some mortar mix and some lime, and I want to go ahead and get some of this red clay over there, like we dug out, wet it up, get it mixed together, and see how those bricks with a mold turn out. You know what I mean? But anyway, again, I appreciate you guys. All right, and I know it seems like we should have already been boom. You saw us digging holes, this, that, and other, working with OMEC. It's just the way it is. You've got to adjust. And you don't have to stress. You don't have to flex. You don't have to be bothered. You don't have to bother. You learn a lot more. You can learn so much more. All right? Don't worry, my beloved sisters. I told y'all. What are y'all? Strength, right? Keeps the family together. The man is the power that keeps everything where it needs to be. I'm glad that somebody thought about that.